Hey guys, how you doing? Today's video we're doing 2 F-15s against 3 F-16s in a BVR engagement that's beyond visual range, and we're going to be having a look at these new AMRAAMs with the new updates, their capabilities, what you can do, what you can't do, and stick around for the Tacview, because in the Tacview we're going to sit down and really break down the mechanics of the fight, the tactics, and the performance of the AMRAAMs really. Alright guys, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, drop tanks. Pickle. 2 go tack right.
2 copies, tack right.
High PRF, TWS.
Radar zone. Let's find these suckers.
Yeah, initiate a climb up to 40,000 feet, plus minus 2,000 feet.
Climbing to 40.
Okay. Maintain that Mach speed. I'm currently Mach 1.31.
Mach 2.6.
Okay.
Got a 16 spike to my 11.
Alright.
So far it looks singular. Negative 2 16 spikes to my 11 o'clock.
Okay. I'm out to 80 miles.
Yeah, copy.
Passing through 40,000 feet now. Leveling out.
Two's coming on 39k. Climbing to 40. In fact, I'll climb a bit higher. Seeing as I'm behind you as well.
Alright, then just make sure you launch at 33 miles and make sure you're defensive by 30.
Copy.
And you need to defend aggressively, so go full vertical down.
Yeah. Still have nothing on scope.
One same. You want to go ahead and scan low a little bit as well, just to make sure they're not.
Yeah,
doing
I'm doing like last, indeed. See if they're doing the same thing again, but this time I got nothing.
All right, I got one contact, Angels 41, bearing 125.
I have him too. At 60, right?
Yep, second contact, just a few miles behind him.
Yep, those two. I'm looking for the third, down low. So far, no luck.
Okay. $45 miles.
Okay, RWR tells me these two guys are on our left, like 220 for me, and then we have one at 240. I can't get him on radar, but he's either further out or he's down low or something. I can't find him.
Okay, you go for him. You look for him. I'll take care of these two guys. I'll get him off us.
Copy.
Till you're cleared off.
I'm gonna go
get
right a little bit in case they fire on me then.
Yeah, set up a 240 offset. Maybe change your radar to interleave. There may be a possible notching situation.
Yeah.
Fox 3 times 2 defending. Okay, I'm initiating a left offset. I'm going to try to drag those two guys away from you.
2 copies, still pressing, looking for the third guy. I got him. At 240 for me. 45 nautical miles. He's on the deck again.
Okay.
I'll press him. Got him in TWS.
I'm recommitted. 210 for 25. Bandit Angels 32.
Copy. 16 spike now, 12 o'clock.
Fox 3 wants defending left again.
Missile launch on 2. I'm defensive. Ranking right.
I'm recommitting.
I think I have a contact somewhere off to my 9 o'clock, and then I have a guy on my 12, 240. Guy on my 12 is at 20 nautical miles now. No radar spike, no auto radar spike.
Yeah, me too.
Got you on my, got a spike now, at 15, missile away. Last luck, he's nudging me.
16, 12 o'clock, very close.
I'm looking. Oh, I got him. Got your contact as well.
250. Yeah.
Yep. I'm behind him. Just disengage if you can.
I got Fox 3 out on him, defending right. Headed to a 330.
I got him locked on his 6. I keep losing him. There's the third one out there. Didn't you splash one?
Not sure.
Oh, that's just a guy crashing. Fine. Right, we're head on with each other. I got a guy on my 6. No idea how far. Missile launch on me though.
Okay, defend. I think one of them.
There's only one guy left. He's probably like 260 for you. Maybe, I don't know, 15, 20 nautical miles. It's on my 6, hot.
Okay, I got you locked.
Still got a solid lock from this guy on my 6, F-16. I'm recommitting. We're passing each other here. You got him? I have him radar. On the deck. 12 nautical miles.
You have a bearing for me?
240 for you. Maybe-ish. Careful, he's got a missile launch. It's not for me, it's for you. I got nothing, he's not even locking me.
I got him. Fox 3 defending.
I got Fox 3 again at 6, I'm defending. Splash.
He's dead.
Good kill.
If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting my work on Patreon. Really helps me out when you do that. Big thank you to all of you who are already supporting the channel. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Alright guys, let's dive into this Tacview here. We got a lot to decipher and dissect today. So we got 3 F-16s here flown by Sly, Sherman, and Joker. And yes, that's the Sherman that we all know and love. And in the blue F-15s is me and Sundeep. and we're flying the F-15s, as I said. So what's happening here is you can see that we are kind of going now. Attack formation is that like a tactical formation, not attack formation, is like 2 aircraft, and you got sensor tack, and 10 miles is generally what I use in DCS, just because maintaining visual is so difficult. We don't even have a tack in the F-15. So you want a 10-mile spread, right? And what happens is the 2 aircraft fly like this, and their radars cover chunks of the sky in front of them, and these go out pretty far, so they actually end up overlapping, so there's no blind spots, and for the most part, and then you guys end up covering this massive chunk of air, and you can sanitize this entire thing in front of you. But if you were 2 F-15s that were a close formation, your radar coverage would not be as good, right? And also the other thing with tack is it allows you, like having a 10-mile spread, it allows a whole bunch of defensive maneuvering options and dragging bandits left and right and dividing and conquering, or pincering and flanking. It allows for a whole bunch of stuff, and it allows you to set up grinders and blah blah blah. It's very, very important that we do this. So that's what we're going for. And the F-16s here, you can see that they sent 1 F-16 low, and we got 2 that are coming up high. And let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit. The one thing that's very important here that you noticed was that everybody dropped their fuel tanks. Fuel tanks are very important to drop, and the reason for that is because with the fuel tanks at high altitudes you can't reach the correct Mach speeds. So when you're at the very, you're at 40,000 feet and you're Mach 1.6, and the other guy is Mach 0.8, and you fire a missile and he fires a missile. Let's just say you're both the exact same aircraft. He's Mach 1.3, you're Mach 0.6. Okay, when he fires his AMRAAM at you, it comes off the rail at Mach 1.3, right? And yours comes off the rail at 0.6, which means you have a significantly slower missile. And then the AMRAAM turns on its rocket motor, and they go at each other. The AMRAAM that came off the rail above Mach 1 has a very significant speed advantage over the one that doesn't, and that translates into the AMRAAM hitting its target faster, and also having a longer range. Okay, so keeping your Mach speed very high is critically important to getting these longer range AMRAAM kills. Okay, so let's go a little bit faster. Now the other thing that I've noticed with the new AMRAAMs is if you're gonna fire them at very long distances, like I could have shot here at 51 miles, Mach 1.4, like these are nice launch parameters. I'm at 41,000 feet, which means I'm in the thinner air, less friction on the missile, Mach 1.48 at 51 miles. This is great. These are good parameters for the shot. But the reason I didn't take it is because at 51 miles, you have to maintain the TWS lock all the way until the missile goes pitbull. Let's just pretend it's right there. And then the missile will take over with its own radar and hit the target. If at any point you end up losing your lock during this process for a long range shot, the AMRAAM, the probability of it reaching its target seems to go down dramatically. You end up with missiles that kind of just shoot off into the sky, like they don't know what they're doing, that kind of stuff. Okay, so if I can get a little bit closer and I lose TWS lock, the probability that the missile will still find the target is still very high. So I wanted to get a little bit closer than 55 miles. Now I was talking with Sunday, and we were deciding to do the same thing. If you remember, we had trouble finding the third F-16, which was Sly here, but our RWR was saying that we had 2 F-16s, and then off to the right there was a third F-16. So what I said was for Sunday, just come after this guy. Like, I don't know what he's doing. He's low, he's away from the formation, he's obviously trying to pull some sneaky shit. So I'm like, go take care of him. I'll take care of these 2 guys here. At the very least, I'll send them defensive. And the other concept, the other idea was that when we were defending, I was going to have Sunday always, if you were going to crank out a missile, I was going to always have him go to the right. And I was always going to crank to the left when I was defending missiles. And so the one reason that I was doing it was because I wanted to drag the two bandits away from Sunday. And I wanted to leave him and this guy all alone so they can fight. Because Sunday's already at quite a disadvantage trying to find this guy, and we don't know what this the lead bandit's about to do, if he's going to go after Sunday, make it a 2v1 situation, who knows. And the other thing was, if we can divide and conquer, so all of a sudden, you know, Sunday's here and I'm here, it's going to be very difficult for these guys to TWS launch on both of us. Like, their gimbal limits on their radars don't allow missile launches that are this far apart. This is almost 100 kilometer separation. Okay, a slight exaggeration. It's like a 30 nautical mile separation right here. Okay, so that was the concept and the thought process prior to the engagement. And so we'll go ahead and fast forward. And so you can see at about 30 miles, we actually have the F-16s. They locked us up first. They had us on radar and locked before we even saw them on radar. That's just the way radar works in DCS. So at 30 miles, you can see we have a double launch, Fox 2x3 from Joker and Fox 3x2 from Sherman. Okay, missiles from Joker are going to come off at Mach 1.3. From Sherman, they're coming off at below Mach 1. Alright, so this will actually be a good experiment here. It'll say we can get some numbers about what I was talking about when these missiles are in the air a little bit. And so we're pushing in at about 27 miles. I go Fox 3x2. Sunday continues to push onto his bandit. And now I'm going for a full vertical defense. And what this is a very aggressive defensive maneuver when you just dive down like this. And the reason I'm doing it is because I don't know when they fired these AMRAAMs, and if they fired them at 50 miles and managed to hold a SAM lock or a TWS lock on me the entire time, it's very possible that these missiles are going to be very, very dangerous. 27 miles is well within the abort range at this altitude at 40,000 feet. So if you're gonna come closer than 30 miles, you better be ready to defend very aggressively those incoming missiles. And so here we got, now this is interesting. This part's interesting. These missiles don't really do a great job of tracking their targets. Like, this one's dead, and this one is also pretty much dead. But you can see, look at this interesting thing, is that this is Mach 2.76 from Joker, who fired his missiles at Mach 1.4. The Sherman missiles are over here at Mach 2.49, having traveled a significantly, actually let's use this one, that's the same altitude. So you can see almost a 300 knot difference between Mach 2.48 and Mach 7 at the time, right? Now, the reason that you don't see a dramatic difference is because this is not a 50-mile launch. Had it been a 50-mile launch, you would see a very significant, and we have videos on that too, you can go watch that kind of stuff, where the missile fired at a low Mach speed is dead, and the other missile is still traveling Mach 2.2. Okay, and okay, so here we see, let's go down, look at some defensive maneuvers. So as those missiles are coming in, not only am I decreasing the altitude, watch as I try to crank the missile out to the one side. Now, because I came in for an aggressive defense, honestly, what I would have liked to do, and I'll explain why I didn't do it, is instead of just going straight down, I should have gone straight down but off to the side and done, you know, the offset. And what that would have done is drag any of the missiles into this direction. And dragging missiles will deplete their energy, right? Now, I didn't do it because as I was getting down here, I was already pretty low to the ground. I felt pretty confident that I was safe, and I really just wanted to poke my head up and fire another missile off, and then I was going to defend. That was the idea. A little bit riskier, a little bit more aggressive, but you know, it works from time to time. And so we got my missiles in the air, Mach 2.7. This bad boy's coming in at Mach 3.2, I saw there for a second. And so you can see a lot of AMRAAMs that have gone stupid here. This one's really the only one that's still tracking. It's Sherman's, you know, I think it's his last missile or first missile. And this one is Mach 2.9. Going straight vertical. This is another one at Mach 2.4. Now, Sherman up here, we'll have a look at Sherman. It looks like he's going to attempt a notch. Now, he's going for the notch, and what I see is a missile that almost missed him right here. I think they may have fixed something with the AMRAAMs, because whenever somebody did this maneuver against an AMRAAM in the past, the AMRAAM wouldn't turn towards it. It would just go blind because the seeker head can't see the bandit. So the AMRAAM used to just go stupid when you went perpendicular to it, which obviously is not correct. But they seem to have fixed that issue. And so as Sherman does this maneuver, he was trying to go for a notch, but he wasn't in the right position. So as the geometry changed for the missile incoming, the only thing he could do was really turn away from it. And unlucky for him, that missile came off the rail at Mach, what was it, 1.4 or something? 4.7, almost 5. And it's coming in here after traveling 27 miles. It was launched at 27 miles, but you know, we closed in, so it's actually less than that. That missile's traveling Mach 1.92. And Sherman is traveling Mach 0.9. So you don't need to be a rocket scientist to realize that this missile is about to catch Sherman, right? Dead. All right, now another thing that Sherman was a little overconfident in the F-16 and a little underestimating of the AIM-120, and I say that because he stayed high. He thought that simply going cold would be enough at this distance, and although he would have been correct had I had a lower Mach speed, and if we were dealing with the old AMRAAMs, he would have absolutely been correct. But these new AMRAAMs they're something else, man. They're a different animal. And I've been caught out like this several times until I got used to the AMRAAM, to be honest with you. And they're sneaky, man. They'll just catch you right up like that. Mach 1.9 at impact on Sherman. Okay. And we'll come over here. So you can see I'm doing the crank off to the side thing, right? After I fired that one missile from here, you can see the blue line. And so I did that, and now I'm offset to this direction. You can see the dragging of this AMRAAM here, down here. And you can see another AMRAAM here being dragged out to these directions. This AMRAAM was always dead, but it is also being dragged out. And so as I drag them, I'm gonna turn. Ideally, you don't want to turn into the missile, but sometimes you have to. Like if you can maintain this attitude for a little while, and then you turn in, there's a high probability that you've bled any AMRAAMs for energy. If you are unsure if those AMRAAMs are bled for energy or if they're still very dangerous, you should definitely turn away from the missiles. Okay, don't turn towards missiles that you're not sure if they're dead or not. All right. And so we got one F-16 down. We have a secondary F-16 who did not follow me. I wanted him to offset to the right or to the left here with me and get him away from Sherman, or get him away from Sunday here. But he is coming back towards me, which is good. This was a little concerning for me because I believe Sunday called this out. He was like, oh, I got 2 bandits, another one come, and I was like, oh, damn it, one of them didn't come after me, he went after Sunday. So I immediately aggressively turned back into the missiles to try to go and help him out here. And at 12 nautical miles, Mach 1.1, I'd like to be higher than that, but it is what it is. At 9 miles. Now here's the other thing with the AMRAAMs. At lower altitudes, they remain the same old AMRAAMs. The abort range is still 8 to 10 nautical miles, and at 8, you're pushing your luck at 8. So like 9 to 10 nautical miles on the deck. It's the same as before. That hasn't changed. It's the high altitude performance of the AMRAAMs that are different. And so there's that missile launch. Mach 1.1, and look at the moment that they cross. See, this is a good example of why the Mach speed is very important. Okay, so we have a Mach 0.9 and a Mach 1.11. Okay, his missiles, to be fair to him, his missiles been in the air for a couple seconds longer than me. And so as they cross paths here, and we'll wait right there, and now the flight time of the missiles should be somewhat equal. Actually, no, that's not true. But there's still a significant difference in the speed, right? 1.98, 1.17. And so his missile's dead. Obviously, you want to turn cold. This is the 10 mile range. This is the minimum abort range, MAR. Okay, and so what that means is nobody wants to be inside of this 10-mile range. This is the no man's zone. Anybody who comes in here will die. Okay, you can both come in here, you'll kill each other, but you'll both die. So really at 10 miles, both bandits want to be exiting the fight. Okay, and the AMRAAMs, and this is why, because this AMRAAM here, I came within 8 miles and fired it. I took a risk. And his AMRAAM luckily didn't hit me because I got out. Okay, he is attempting to get out, but he's not going to make it. That's why getting inside the MAR is so dangerous. Impact of Mach 1.53 on Joker. And so Sunday's been over here this whole time, launching all kinds of AMRAAMs. Dodging all kinds of AMRAAMs. Once again, you can see this missile that did not track, and it is a Sherman missile. It does not track because Sherman was forced to break lock to defend an incoming missile on him. He's dead in this little scenario here, but because he was forced to break lock to defend the missile, he couldn't guide this missile in, and the missile goes stupid. This is what happens when you break the TWS lock. And so Sunday over here has been slinging AMRAAMs at Mach 1.7. Mach 1.7 at Sly over here at 34 miles. And those are absolutely very, very dangerous missiles. The only thing Sly has going for him here is that he's in thicker air. That means he may have a slightly, like instead of being at 40,000 feet up here with Sunday, he has a slightly better advantage being low, but also his missiles are at a massive disadvantage against Sunday. Like, he basically can't shoot back at Sunday. His missile is kaput. It's garbage. It's trash. Okay? And because he's low altitude. And we talked about how the significant change in altitude with the AMRAAM, right? And so we got here Sly still defending that missile. Sunday sent a second one at him. Now Sunday kind of lets him go here, and he lets him go at about 13 miles, and he's still within the gimbal, which tells me that Sunday should be able to tell that Sly is now going cold with a separation of 12 miles. All right, personally, I would press him. Like, yeah, we're talking about getting inside the MAR, but this guy's ass is to you. He can't shoot rear-facing missiles. Like, that's not a thing. I would get in there, man. You know, go hunt him down. Get your kill. It's possible he may have been concerned about this other bandit here. Maybe he didn't know where he was. you know, that's fine. Situational awareness is always a little bit different in that moment. But if you're 100% sure that you're clean in the area and you got a bandit with his ass to you at 10 miles, go chase him down, man. If he makes any attempt at turning around, you'll hit him with an AMRAAM. And so we'll go a little bit faster. Sunday recommits. Actually, no, we kill this guy and I come in for the recommit onto Sly. Sly fires an AMRAAM at me. And let's switch over here. At 7 nautical miles, I fire my missile. Luckily, his AMRAAM hits the ground. And in an attempt to defend multiple incoming AMRAAMs, Sly hits the ground, and I would venture a guess that the reason he hit the ground is because he blacked out. And you can see G of 10.9, 11.2. So as he did this, his pilot blacked out. Dead. So, alright guys, so that's going to be the video for today. We broke down a whole lot of AMRAAM stuff. I hope you guys found the video useful and at least entertaining. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.